All right, what's good? That's what day it is today. We love this day. The 10-day Regarding Her Food Festival is in full swing with about 100 female-owned LA restaurants participating. Yes, love this. Women are banding together to boost each other's sales during a historically slow month for the industry. But one downtown LA diner is not using the festival to help itself. It's instead, what is it doing, Mel?
It's paying it forward.
That's exactly right.
Amy Paffrath joins us now to explain. Amy, good morning to you, and dare I say, what's cooking?
You pulled up, Maven Queen.
You know it's something good. There are many organizations out there feeding the homeless, and the food may be healthy, but let's be honest, it's not always the most flavorful. The women behind the Nickel Diner, which is situated right on Skid Row, know what their unhoused neighbors like. And thanks to a collaboration with a fellow female restaurateur, they are keeping the bellies of low-income and food-insecure Angelinos full of delicious food.
We get by with a little help from our friends. Chris Tratner and Monica May have been feeding their friends good food from their downtown Los Angeles restaurant, the Nickel Diner, since 2008. Chris says things have come full circle since then.
We opened in the middle of the last recession, so we have gone full cycle from recession to recession.
The diner has thrived on Skid Row for 13 years, serving up hearty food with a home-cooked feel to locals, tourists, and their low-income and unhoused neighbors, a community which Monica says has grown during the pandemic.
What we've always tried to do is recognize where we are and see the needs and fulfill those needs. And, you know, it's really important to us. We have always tried to be inclusive here as opposed to exclusive, you know, and we have fed a wide variety of clientele.
They are continuing to feed their clientele by getting by on PPP loans, donations, and most recently, the support of friends like Genet, an Ethiopian chef who reconnected with Monica via the Regarding Her Food Festival.
She wanted to work with me because she wanted to feed the homeless. So she donated money to us, and together she's sort of standing beside me spiritually as we cook in the kitchen.
Each week, they package hundreds of meals for the homeless and are open for brunch on the weekends. For Chef Monica, feeding people is just what she does.
In some ways, the pandemic has been a blessing because it's connected me more to, you know, people who really need food as opposed to, you know, just eating for pleasure. Now people are eating for sustenance.
They say it's not easy to keep going during these uncertain times.
It's funny, after, you know, 25 years in the restaurant business, I am working harder and longer than I ever have, but it's also far more spiritually rewarding, you know, because there's a connection. And when I make this food, I understand whose mouth it's going into.
You get exhausted running a restaurant and not knowing if each day you're going to open it. Your staff is going to show up. You know, we're at a single point of failure right now on so many levels that it's just like it's like taking bullets. You know, you just do what you can, and you know, if I have to limp to the finish line, I'm still moving.
They're still moving because their neighborhood depends on them.
And what's really, really funny is when she walks down the street now, or both of us walk down, people shout to us, recognize us, and then they give us their order.
These partners in life and in business will keep taking orders and serving up delicious meals as long as there are mouths to feed and friends in need.
Chris and Monica told me that, of course, money is the one thing that's going to keep them going, and it's the hardest thing to get. So a $13 donation will provide one gourmet meal for a person in need and support consistent employment at the Nickel Diner. You can find out more at regardingherfood.com or thenickeldiner.com.
I love these phenomenal phenoms.
Yeah.
So how long have they been doing this, and how are they going to keep it going?
Well, they started operating as a soup kitchen of sorts, feeding healthcare workers and frontline workers when the pandemic first started last year. Then they started feeding their unhoused neighbors, and they just keep going by the grace of others. And they say they will continue going as long as the money keeps coming in. You can also support the diner by ordering some delicious takeout. They're available. They're open for brunch on the weekends, and I highly recommend the maple bacon donuts.
Oh, you just got
that was a
right
double
where it
ooh.
hurts.
Yeah, you. Come on, Amy. I love a donut. I was just telling everybody here, I want a donut right now.
Every day he said this. But your
Thank you, Amy.
eyes wide open make our eyes wide open.
Yes.
Thank you so much, my friend.
It's something good every week. We'll be back. Stay with us.
Amy.
Yeah.